Hello, friendos. Mickey from the future here again. So, what am I doing standing here looking like a total stranger outside my house in the middle of the night? Well, we have a unique circumstance for this video. Again. So, after my snowman fail last episode, I was far too discouraged to keep playing. The next day, I woke up feeling like absolute garbage. I barely left bed the entire day and ended up having to cancel my stream. I didn't want to completely abandon the town though, so I hopped on for a few minutes to do the usual dailies. While I was watering my flowers, I did finally stumble on that last missing fossil, the real one this time. However, since at this time I had no idea that the fossil behind Chatter's house was a fake, I just dug it up without fanfare and went about my evening. Kind of an anticlimactic end to the missing fossil saga. Sorry about that. I hope you weren't on the edge of your seat waiting to watch me find it. The next day I woke up still feeling sick. I was also feeling guilty about canceling the stream without much notice, so I forced myself out of bed and went live anyway, which, let me tell you, was a mistake. I barely had a voice and spent most of the stream just playing without commentary. With me being a novice editor, I had no idea how to make this into a video with my usual style. None. I initially just tossed that project file out and loaded up the VOD of the next day. The trouble with that, though, is a lot happened on my sick day. I knew if I just acted like it didn't happen, it would nag at me. So, after some thinking it over, I've decided that I'm going to try my hand at a script, and turn this sick day into an opportunity to learn a new style of video creation, the 100-day style voiceover videos. So yeah, enjoy the video. So, as per usual, I started the day by picking out a new outfit, saying good morning to my doggos, Kendi and Sophie, and finally realizing that I actually have a bedroom now. I set out to clean up my inventory and found my first fossil of the day. On my way to the shops, I found a suspicious yet cute little bag on the ground. I circled it to check for booby traps before grabbing it, my first lost item. I headed up to Tom Nook's shop to get the bill for my new storeroom when I was ambushed by the HHA. They took me into a secluded room in the back and forced me to move their furniture. It was scary, but I survived. Not gonna lie, I was relieved to finally be free, so I celebrated by paying off my home loan. I paid a visit to the Able sisters, where Sable decided that this was the day she would finally open up to me about her sister, Label. After that, I walk into the Nookling's shop, only to be informed that they were finally expanding, and as if I wasn't being bombarded with enough progress yet, my fortune cookie turned out to be the one thing I've been looking for since day one. A Wii U console. Thanks, Timmy! To make matters worse, I had been holding onto some gifts that Netting sent me that I could unwrap and show off when I was feeling better, but the irony of finding a Wii U prompted me to reveal on the spot that Nettings had already sent me the fortunes to redeem both Wii U consoles. I also grabbed the painting I bought from Red, who had come to visit while I was offline. I then headed to New York to have a playdate with Bob Ross, and left my autograph on the notice board before abandoning my date to raid the shops. I mean, come on, it's New York, you can't go there and not shop. Before I could do any browsing at the Able sisters, I ran into my dream cat, Stinky! Ah yes, it must be difficult for you to find clothes to contain these massive guns. The day only got better when I found this Sailor Moon skirt for sale, followed by a pink toilet. Please take my money. While out looking to steal fossils from Nettings, I ran into Rosie, who thankfully seems to have forgiven me for rummaging through her underwear drawer last time we met. After a quick chat, I found a fossil to steal, but I was caught in the act. Instead of arresting me, though, he just gave me more fossils and some extra loot. I guess crime does pay. After my failed burglary, I headed home with my not-so-ill-gotten gains and headed straight to Blathers. After giving my fossils to Blathers, I hopped back on the train, but this time I went to Crete to once again attempt to steal Olivia away from Nettings. If I said I was there just for her, would that be too creepy? Ah, yes, the peach trees. You got it. I'm definitely here for the peach trees. Wait, who's this? You're right, Olivia. Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Away from prying ears, Olivia starts to tell me about a very difficult topic. Her bad hair day. Poor thing. I was in the middle of reassuring her that it's okay, it happens to everyone, when suddenly this happened. I didn't tell Olivia so as not to upset her even more, but this pig was up to something. In fact, I think this pig is stalking Olivia. How dare she? That's my job. I can't let her get away with that, can I? I have to warn Olivia somehow. Then it hit me. I needed to tell her in a letter. I headed to the store and was hit by a stroke of genius. I would tell her with a song. But first... Hey, don't judge me. So, I will admit, by the time I was done browsing the shops, I had kind of forgotten about the urgent matter of Olivia's stalker. That is, until I saw this. Something had to be done, and it had to be done now. Just gotta clarify that... There we go. That ought to do it. Now for the finishing touches. Perfect. I gave the letter to Phyllis, and she asked me to make sure the door was closed tight when I left. Good call, wouldn't want any stalker pigs getting in. Having done my civic duty, I headed home to work on my daily chores. Wait, my cozy montage is getting interrupted by a bingo. Seriously, I never get this much progress in one day when I'm healthy. I couldn't even shout out bingo, just listen to this pathetic attempt at happiness. So exciting. Or maybe I just knew the reward was gonna be terrible. Back to the cozy montage. With my chores about done, I woke up Blathers for a second time and gave him the rest of my fossils. Or not. Okay then, be that way. My next goal was to find the owner of this lost item I found earlier. First try. Nice. She gave me a work shirt in exchange for her stale bread, then it was finally time to head to the island to farm. Upon entering the shop, I found a hat I just had to have, and decided to be the first pirate in history to earn a legitimate living through hard work. At least that was the plan. The beetles weren't really spawning very well, and it wasn't until I caught this migratory locust that I realized my mistake. I had come to the island way too early, and the good beetles wouldn't spawn consistently for at least another 2 hours. So I decided to do some tours and earn some medals to get some value out of my trip. I really love doing the scavenger hunts. You can usually find all the items required in just a couple minutes, and you get a lot of medals for your efforts. It's by far the fastest way to earn medals that I've found. After a few rounds of that, I got bored and decided it would be a good time to teach myself how to dive for sea creatures. It took me a second to figure out the controls, but I caught on quick and was soon filling up my encyclopedia with ease. After a while, I was getting fed up with being followed by this jellyfish. I challenged him to a duel to the death and he ran away. That's what I thought. Back to diving. Getting bored again, I decided to go back and do another tour, only to find that another difficulty had been unlocked. Bring it on. I missed the base in the first house because, admittedly, I read it as bass. I was looking for a fish. Luckily, in the very last house, there was another base, and I realized my mistake. A sweet 13 medals. It's basically 50% more medals for the same amount of work. Awesome. With that victory, I decided it was time to go home, as I didn't want to spend yet another hour waiting around on the island for nightfall. I filled my inventory with presents for Blathers and headed up to give him the donation of a lifetime. After I got my meow coupons, of course. Kind of an underwhelming reaction, but I'll take it. With that done, it was time to make my pirate life official. There we go. Me first order of business as pirate captain was to occupy the town hall and order them to build me a bridge. I led me hostage to the location I wanted, and was genuinely surprised when it didn't kill this perfect apple tree. Nice. After that, it was time to head back down to the docks and sell me booty. Wait, You know what? I'm just gonna just ignore that. Yeah, no more pirate talk. I paid off my bridge, sold the rest of my island loot, then made a funny discovery in the back of retail. The legendary pop-up book. The one that Poppy scammed me with. The one I gifted to Bob. And the one that Bob is now apparently selling for 700 bells. It really has made its way through Catopia. After that, it was back to the island for endless beetle farming, and with that, I will leave you guys with this beautiful song, and holy cow, it's finally over. How do people do this and stay sane? Mad respect to all the 100-day style YouTubers out there. This was an absolute marathon for me. But if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for all your love and support. I know I don't have a whole lot of viewers, but I really love and appreciate each and every one of you. It keeps me making these videos, and I'm sorry this one took so long, but as you can see, this was a very different style for me, and yeah, next episode, we're going back to the, we're going back to the basics.